Amen. Splurge the God. Yeah. Mark it up, mark it down. No matter what, still around. Moon is up. 100x, I got it now. Mark it up, mark it down. No matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. 100x, 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 100x. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Mark it up, mark it down. No matter what, still around. Moon is up, sun is down. 100x, I got it now. Yeah. Took me a moment to decode the data. Spreading the sheet, I'm unloading the paper. I see you'll know that they owe me a favor. Say what you see, I got no indicator. Load up your G with the dopest of players. One more review, say it, no, see you later. And that's how my growth is so major. Yeah. It's 100x on my lifestyle. Moon land and satellite style. Crew dancing cause the new fans went 102 grand for my inside swag. Still do your research. Learn how it feel to be first. Cause the world's are turning into church. Yeah, learn to serve in every word. Yeah, 100x is you deserve. Yeah, 100x is doing words. Yeah, 100x is till the dirt. Yeah, 100x is what occurred.
Since the creation of the internet, every industry has been turned upside down. Amazon changed retail. Uber changed transportation. YouTube changed video forever. With the invention of crypto, money is next. At the speed technology is growing, the future of money and securities are digital. 9 out of 10 millennials do not trust banks. The value of money relies on trust. Government debt is higher than it's ever been before. Central banks continue to print money. Fortunately, the world has a new solution. Experts predict in 7 years, 10% of the world's economy will be in crypto-based assets. Today, 1 billion people have access to the financial industry. Crypto is about empowering the other 6 billion people by banking the unbanked. Do not underestimate this. Do you wish you invested in Google, Amazon, or Netflix before anyone ever knew about them? $1,000 invested in Netflix turned to over $500,000. At Token Metrics, we help you find the next Netflix. Token Metrics users think differently about investing. They are early adopters looking for financial freedom. They are people who see a better world. A world without international borders. We believe in a world where everyone has access to the next financial revolution. At Token Metrics, we are creating a bridge that gets you to that revolution. We will help you make sound investments in this new world. The world's best investors do not rely on their intuition. They embrace technology and AI to invest. Token Metrics uses AI to find invisible patterns in data to help you invest and trade in crypto. In the past, we have used our data-driven system to achieve financial freedom. Now, we are giving you the keys. We created Token Metrics to be the only platform you'll ever need to make money in crypto. We give you AI and access to crypto experts at the best price. The moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond.
Disclaimer. Token Metrics Media LLC does not provide individually tailored investment advice and does not take a subscriber's or anyone's personal circumstance into consideration when discussing investments, nor is it registered as an investment advisor or broker-dealer in any jurisdiction. Information contained herein is not an offer or solicitation to buy, hold, or sell any security. The Token Metrics team has advised and invested in many blockchain companies. A complete list of their advisory roles and current holdings can be viewed here. at tokenmetrics.com/disclosures.
Oh man, crypto family, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Balina, Token Metrics Live. What a crazy week. Today, we'll cover GameStop, Wall Street bets, Elon Musk, Dogecoin, alt season, Ethereum to the moon. So many questions, idle finance. I mean, quite the show, quite the show. Stay tuned. Bill's also joining us. Hey, Bill, how are you?
Ian, hi. Thanks for having me on the show.
Oh man, Bill, what a crazy week. As we say,
Oh my God.
never a dull day in
my
crypto.
God.
But now it's bleeding over into equities. Never a dull day in equities.
Oh my
I mean,
God.
holy cow.
Those guys are getting their introduction to the way things work in crypto for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because went from GameStop, AMC to Dogecoin to Bitcoin to alt season. I think it's coming. I think the herd is coming. At this point, when they come, to the moon and beyond. Okay, so let's see who was first on the stream. First was Dragon Ball Crypto. What's up? What's up? Sammy, White Dance of Danny, Jan, Zen Rosi, Soy Frey. What's up? Avatar Nation, Noel, FN Based, Crypto Discover, Oscar, C Sharp. What's up? Eba, James, Thomas, Serial Entrepreneur, Dwight West, Kevin Green, Jason, Michael on Facebook. This is going out on Facebook, on Twitter, on Periscope, on YouTube as usual, and the podcast. Be sure to follow us. We have our social media links here on the site. We're on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, even the podcast. You can get Token Metrics on the go, me and Bill on the go. All right, what's up, Zambia? J. Mateo, what's up, fam? Walk XX, Bitcoin Jesus, BTC Motivation. Oh, man. All right, be sure to smash the like button. It's going to be a hell of a show. This might be the craziest show ever, right? Plus, I'm kind of now back into DGen. I know lots of people have been asking me to really go DGen and start picking some low cap gems. And I think with the ones we've been covering, and we have a new low cap gem that is about to launch. It's not trading anywhere yet, not investing anywhere yet, but it could be launching next month or basically in Feb. So stay tuned. I'll cover this at the end of the stream. We have already shared this with the customers, giving them a heads up, but want to make sure our audience as well has a chance to go and do their own research. All right, so in terms of, if you have any questions during this show, go to menti.com. That's MENTI.com. Use the code 3363333. That's 3363333. Go there, ask your question. We'll keep questions open probably for about half an hour or so. And we'll go through and answer all your questions in crypto, right? And as usual, this is being brought to you by tokenmetrics.com, the best crypto investment research company in crypto, especially when it comes to altcoins. We are very, very bullish on the long tail of crypto. And one of the things we like to do is find undervalued projects using a data-driven approach, plus our quant grade, our AI and machine learning. And man, this week, it's been making a killing. Actually, pretty much I would say the last few months with Firm Network, Synthetics, recently P Network, Idle Finance, even One Inch Exchange. Oh man. We have not just quants or data-driven investing, we also do code reviews, right? And the most recent code reviews we had were projects like Idle Finance, which I mean, I've been doing a deep dive on that project. I'm getting even more bullish. I think that could be the one. I think that could be, because I was saying 10x. I mean, I think it could go even higher. But we'll talk about that during the course of the show. All right, so on the agenda for today, we've done shout outs. Bill with his legendary, at this point, legendary market update. We'll do question of the day, making the show very interactive, vibing with the audience. Then Crypto Showdown. We'll pick 3 coins that have been trending on Token Metrics. And Bill and I, and you guys as well, and girls, will share our case for each coin. Then we'll do crypto therapy, basically taking your questions and the AMA. All right. So once again, and by the way, special announcement. We've been expanding. At this point, Token Metrics, we have over 30 people on the team, about half full-time, half part-time. And we are looking to hire more machine learning engineers. So are you a machine learning all-star? Do you know Python? Do you know TensorFlow? Do you know deep learning models? are you an expert? Basically, ideally, you'd have to be in grad school. I mean, you'd have to have a master's or PhD in computer science or machine learning. If you do, contact us. We want to talk to you. We want to interview you. Tokenmetrics.com/careers. Tokenmetrics.com/careers. Serious applicants only. Also, special announcement. As of last week, we actually hired a new customer support associate who was watching us on YouTube. So this actually does work. So we want to reach out to our community. This person has now joined the team. He's based in Florida. He joined the team full-time job with benefits. Okay. And the cool thing is it came from YouTube, right? So we figured might as well make a second announcement, right? So if you want to work with us, if you want to go to the moon and beyond in crypto with us, if you live and breathe crypto and you're a data scientist, computer engineer, or computer or machine learning engineer, go to our site and apply, okay? To the moon and beyond. All right, now time for Bill with the market update. Bill, take it away.
Thanks, Ian. Let me just get it so I can see my PowerPoint. All right, here it comes. Can you see my screen? All right, let's start with Bitcoin. Now, the chart, not that interesting. Bitcoin's going sideways. In Elliott wave terms, we call it an A, B, C, D, E. That just means back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Now, I'm sort of guessing that if this structure is right, 27K is theoretically possible. 25 to 27K is Michael Saylor's average price on the big purchases he's done that were announced via Twitter. So it might be interesting to see that level retested. Now, folks, there's a lot going on in the Bitcoin narrative, right? We know that the whole Robinhood, horde is coming over and practically broke Coinbase and Kraken. Not practically, they did. So if these guys all ape into Bitcoin at once, the chart picture could change. Now, on the other hand, we understand that miners have shipped huge amounts of Bitcoin to exchanges to try to take advantage of all this Robinhood style buying pressure. So maybe one cancels out the other. I think the real thing that's going to drive Bitcoin this week is the fact that for some crazy reason, hedge funds decided to get massively short Bitcoin futures. All right. Now, if the Wall Street bets guys put enough pressure on hedge funds, enough pressure on the financial system, they may have to cover those shorts in Bitcoin. So I can make a case for 27K. I can make a case for 60K. Because if everyone's buying all at once, including hedge funds, there just isn't enough Bitcoin to be able to absorb that level of buying. But I'm going to say something I often say on the show, which is honestly, I don't know how it's going to play out. Bitcoin's going sideways. It's trading lower today. I'm sure miners are selling, trying to push it down. We'll see how it works out. Obviously, I would love to see all these hedge funds get squeezed out and see 50 or 60K. That said, I think if you're involved in this market, you want to have a little bit of money on the side just in case you see 27K. Okay. Now, let's talk about Ether. Again, very mixed emotions. Ethereum's like an athlete running on a treadmill uphill. It keeps pushing and pushing and pushing this 1400 level, this all-time high zone. And it pushes to a new high, but certain other technical indicators are like, ETH's getting a little tired. So the best case scenario for ETH, believe it or not, is that the runner actually gets to take a break, right? This sideways price action is not the worst thing in the world for ETH. As a matter of fact, it's pretty good. Now, you also have to keep in mind that if there's a stock market debacle on Monday, which we'll get into, most likely ETH and alts are going to get caught up in that. And there are enough chart signals here to indicate that, if ETH got flushed lower, it could be a hefty flush. So here's our takeaway on ETH. Have a little money on the side to take advantage of a dip if it comes. But no news is good news for ETH, all right? It's just building up the steam, having some Gatorade, getting ready for the next sprint, okay? Again, all eyes will be on stocks and the risk assets as a whole come Monday. Now, Sunday, January 31st, Ripple, right? The XRP army lives again thanks to Wall Street bets. Now, there's all kinds of talk about XRP's legal response to the government. So, of course, XRP was going to fight whatever the SEC put forward. Of course they were. As a matter of fact, anybody in crypto, regardless of what you think of XRP, you would hope that they would fight and actually cheer for them. Now, the government has a strong case. XRP pushed back. But, folks, there's a bigger point here, okay? Wall Street bets and these guys on Reddit, they got involved in XRP, not just because they think they can moon it, but because the government is putting pressure on XRP. In other words, these guys aren't just looking to make money anymore. These guys are looking to make a statement. And when you make a statement using XRP, something the government, is trying to basically sue out of existence, you are really doing something literally revolutionary. These guys are leading crypto investors and equity investors to take on the government, to take on a financial system that doesn't work for anybody. You're in crypto, you know that, or you're new to crypto. That's why you are new to crypto, right? The financial system, the central bank-driven charade is coming to an end. Now, for XRP, if it's above 45 cents, it can go to 80, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, they can take it to my old target of $3. But let's stick with 45 cents, and if it's above that, it can go to 80. Now, let's talk Dogecoin. What is the case to hold Dogecoin? Here's what I will tell you. Dogecoin is like a piece of the sequel of the Declaration of Independence. In other words, this cryptocurrency became so meaningful so quickly when these Robinhood users were like, we need to display to the world that this system is not working for us. It's not really working for anybody. We've known that for a long time, but now these guys have really exposed these hedge funds, right? They've exposed the fact that those Robinhood orders that are supposedly free were getting fed to hedge fund algorithms. They were using the little guy to feed the big guy. It's exactly why token metrics exists, because we actually are trying to help the little guy with AI and quant research and human research for altcoins. But I digress. Dogecoin, why own it? Why could it go up? Well, because Dogecoin was the original shot in this round of a crypto revolution. The crypto revolution where effectively we all say, we the people say to central banks and governments, F you. In terms of the chart for Dogecoin, it's holding the 62% retracement around 0.032, all right? And if it holds there, this can go up. This can go up. Just looking at the chart, it actually reminds me a lot of what happened in DeFi, right? So starting in the bottom left, you saw a DeFi run up and then come off, okay, down into November, which is exactly what Dogecoin did, right? It took off, it mooned, and then it came all the way back down, retracing about 3/4 of the move. Okay. Now in DeFi, all right, there's this huge ramp up, there's this decline, and then obviously following that, DeFi has subsequently mooned from its November lows. Now, as an aside, DeFi looks like it's at resistance. So I'm actually telling people and have been for you got profits in DeFi and you've done well, and there's all this uncertainty coming up, take the money. Not saying I'm bearish, but I definitely want people to seriously focus on taking profits when you have this kind of environment. Now, let's talk total crypto market cap, okay? Excluding Bitcoin. Now, what you're going to see is, it's kind of like Ethereum, right? This measure, this total crypto market cap without Bitcoin has been rushing up at its all-time highs now for 3 or 4 weeks, right? And I'm getting a little bit concerned that it's starting to look tired. Now, that said, guess what happens if ETH breaks out, right? Let's think positive. ETH breaks out, Ripple breaks out, and the whole market just goes with those two coins, all right? But right now, this chart sort of shows, the altcoin universe is at resistance and is at a standstill. Now, the level we're keeping an eye on is 370 billion, looking at altcoin market cap on a 3-day chart. This is from charts.cointrader.pro. Now, if altcoin market cap can stay above 370 billion, then there's nothing stopping it from going to 550 billion. That may be where it's going, right? If ETH and XRP go together, this rebellion, I think, could take Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash with it because they're relatively easy to moon, because like XRP, no one likes them. So if altcoin market cap breaks out, those coins could just absolutely smoke to the upside. Okay? Now, but the way to play it is to read and react what happens this week, right? There is huge upside in crypto. There's also huge risk that some sort of calamity in the stock and bond market temporarily bleeds over into crypto. That's why I think as you're listening to this Sunday, January 31st, the market's down a little as I'm talking. Okay, total crypto market cap. So this is everything together. Now, it's interesting that at the level of 1 trillion, total crypto market cap is running into resistance. It's not only running into resistance psychologically, but there's lots of Fibonacci analysis on this really colorful chart that basically says total crypto market cap is going to have a hard time getting through 1 trillion. Now, as I said earlier, if alts, if ETH, if XRP, if all of these things take off and it goes exploding through 1 trillion, okay, well, great. It's on, right? The revolution comes to crypto. Just be careful not to get too, don't FOMO, all right this second, okay, until total crypto market cap really takes out 1 trillion. Now, headed into next week, we got to talk stocks, okay? Now, here's how we're going to do it. Wall Street Bets has taken short positions of hedge funds and mooned those stocks to such a degree that hedge funds are either going out of business or get destroyed with negative returns. Now, that can have some implications. You may have seen some work this week where politicians were commenting on this, okay? Why are the politicians talking about it? Most likely because Janet Yellen called up Joe Biden, or the Fed is calling Janet Yellen and saying, hey, these guys, these hedge funds that are blowing up, they're leveraged. They borrow money from people to do these trades. So if you have a stock that you short at 7 because you think it's going to 0, and then that stock goes to 90, 250, 350, and maybe even 700, and you can't cover, and this happens across a wide range of hedge funds, right? We call them hedge fund hotels, right? All hedge funds have the same position. So check it out. If you lose on your shorts, what are you going to do to cover the losses? You're going to sell your winners, your long positions. Like this chart, S&P 500. The S&P 500 futures contract, and what's cool is it doesn't trade 27, but it opens on Sunday night after we get done talking. Okay. Now, why do you care? Well, if I was in a hedge fund, after they mooned XRP, I would have convened a meeting. I would have said, do we want to get caught in this? Do we want to be in a situation where our shorts moon and everyone else is selling the stocks that we own because everyone owns them? Do we want to get caught in this, or do we want to cover our shorts, some of our shorts, and sell some of our longs and reduce risk? Because it's not worth not having a job. Because make no mistake, people, GameStop at 350 meant somebody was out of business or out of a job. Okay, the stocks, the hedge fund hotels. What are the stocks that could get sold in mass if the Wall Street bets guys continue to ripple through the equity market system? No pun intended. Okay. And of course, that would be the FANG stocks, right? All of you big social media companies, Apple, Microsoft, etc., right? The big ones, the one everyone owns. Now, looking at this chart, you could argue that, Friday's time was it. That's it, right? However, if you look at some of the Gann work and some of the arrows on these charts, there have been times where FANG stocks have tried to go up through Gann lines, but then failed. When they fail, they can get hammered either for a couple of months or for a couple of days, weeks, like what happened in March. So I don't want to be like, oh my God. But let me tell you, folks, these stocks are vulnerable if Wall Street bets sort of shocks the system. Now, of course, we got to talk about GameStop, right? This is a 15-minute chart. It's really hard to chart a stock that goes from $4 to $400. The way I'm looking at this is if they can keep GameStop above 350, they can take it to 700. These things may happen in the pre-open trading session. I don't know. But I've seen some of the memes on Bet's Twitter, and they're coming after this thing on Monday. Silver. Silver is next, as we're told. Why is that important? Well, because every big bank on Wall Street is involved in suppressing the price of silver and gold. So's the Fed, so's the ECB, so's everybody. Because if everybody goes to take delivery of physical gold at once, there isn't enough physical gold to deliver to everyone who owns what I would call paper gold, a futures contract, an ETF, whatever, right? It's a long story, but the price of gold is artificially low, just like the price of ETH was artificially low when ETH was at 200 or 300, right? Now in silver, we have a saying at Token Metrics, the bigger the base, the higher in the space, right? And silver has been making a base and going sideways in this gray shaded area since 2013. And I think if silver takes out 29 or 30, that they could moon 100. Because Wall Street Bets is not just a bunch of guys in their basement drinking Big Red and eating Takis. Institutions are going to be looking to jump on this bandwagon. So these guys go viral, and they know they've got friends now. They got big people following them. So there's a lot of big institutional players who have wanted to moon gold and silver for a decade. So this could happen. And I think this is the most likely thing to happen. All right. And that's the market update. Ian, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Bill. That was amazing. Wow. What a week in crypto. What a week in equities. If you enjoyed the market update, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and join us at tokenmetrics.com. Because if you guys like this market update, we're planning on making this a daily market update just for customers when we launch Tokenmetrics TV. So stay tuned and join us at tokenmetrics.com. All right. Wow. Lots of people here with comments. So quick announcement. Yes, there's an issue with the job posting. Somebody had to get down to update it, but it should be back up by Monday. That's the job posting for the ML engineer. Okay. All right. So once again, we've been taking questions at Menti, MENTI.com. The code is 3363 333 3363 333. Okay. Time to go to the question of the day. Is XRP making a comeback? The options are 1, no, XRP is wrecked. 2, not sure. 3, yes, XRP will moon. All right. So, and I'll be honest, I'm actually surprised that XRP has been able to not get wrecked. They did briefly get overtaken by Polkadot in terms of market cap, because if we go to gecko.com, briefly Polkadot was number 4, but XRP has made a comeback in a way, right? For those who haven't followed, BC is basically suing or is filing a judgment or case against XRP and or Ripple, saying that XRP is a security. And this week, XRP basically posted publicly their response to the case. So I think this is going to be very big for crypto, because I think this could become a precedent in terms of what happens, because pretty much Ripple Labs has a lot of money. They can bankroll this and push the SEC to the brink. If they're able to win, this will be huge for crypto. I mean, because now, I think for the first time in history, the SEC will be forced to completely clarify what they view as a security for crypto. And I think that's big. Whether XRP ends up being a security or not, I think either way, whenever the case is over, we'll now have clarity exactly believes is a security. So with that being said, Bill, what's your take? What do you think about XRP? Do you think XRP is making a comeback? Are you not sure?
Okay, I think XRP is making a comeback, and here's why. Nobody has been able to fight the government. Nobody has been willing. No one has been able. Okay, so the people who filed this lawsuit are a different group of people than those that have to prosecute it now. Now, to me, that means they don't want to look soft, because the case against Ripple is, they got an uphill battle. But I think the SEC may be looking to settle, because I don't think this new SEC, they got bigger problems. They got much bigger problems. They have an all-out Ben Franklin, George Washington Declaration of Independence revolt going on in equities. So when it comes to Ripple, I think SEC is going to be more inclined to settle, because if they go to court and they lose, then, it's almost like the crypto soldiers can just run free. Now, here's a guess.
Now, Bill, just to kind of add on to that. Sorry. So actually, they're past the point of that, right? Because XRP or Ripple refused to do that, to settle with the SEC. And now it's basically going to court, and they'll be a victor.
Got it. All right. Well, thanks for the clarification. Sometimes I wonder whether or not XRP could just sort of end this issue by airdropping a ton of Ripple to its existing holders and effectively giving up majority control and making it a decentralized network. In other words, if it's decentralized all of a sudden, somehow, the government has no case. Either way, even though the government has the better legal case, I actually think the fact that XRP is fighting back is bullish XRP. Now, it's just one of these things where, you buy the filing and you probably sell the decision. All right, unless XRP is a winner. But I think the pain trade in Ripple is higher because I think it's easier for people to buy Dogecoin, even though crypto people are like, this has been around forever. Why do we have to buy it now? I think it's harder for people to get their head wrapped around that Ripple could go to $1 and they could price in some kind of Ripple victory. That may not happen, but you can't say that can't happen after Wall Street bets. So that's my take on Ripple.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay, so going back to question of the day. Wow, it is a tie. So the audience believes 1, no, XRP is right. And 2, well, basically a tie, not sure. So very few people think XRP is going to moon, which is very, very interesting. All right, so let us know what you think. Do you think the audience is right? Share your thoughts down below. Okay, now time for the next question of the day. This is a question we've been getting all the time, but I think especially now that I think it's safe to say we're pretty much in alt season because alts have been pumping. Alts have been going to the moon and beyond. So the famous question we get all the time, which project can 100x first? Not just 100x, but be the first one to do 100x. So I want to do something I really don't do on the live stream anymore. Do somewhat of a deep dive into some projects I find interesting that our team has looked into. And all these 4 projects here have received great code reviews, meaning that there's been over 80% or more. We have emailed these code reviews over the last, I would say, 3 or 4 months to our customers. And specifically, disclosure, I do have investments in P Network and Idle Finance myself, and also PERP, Perpetual Protocol. Edgeware I've been looking into, but not at the moment. But anyway, so to kind of, before even delving into a project and saying, can this project do 100x? The first thing you have to look for is the valuation of the market cap, because that pretty much will whether this can 100x. So to do that, you have to find projects with a very low market cap, pretty much low cap gems, but also find projects in a big space, in a space that's very popular. Some people call this narratives, whether it's DeFi, whether it's Polkadot. So a project where people can compare it to other projects and see a pathway towards 100x, right? So for example, right now, the options are Idle Finance, Perpetual Protocol, P Network, and Edgeware. So we'll go through all 4 and see which ones we think can 100x first, right? So Idle Finance, the project we covered, code review was about 2 weeks ago. It's already done a 1x, I believe. And I'll tell you why I like this project. Right, so if we go here, this is Idle Finance. It's pretty much a robo-advisor for people who want to earn yield, right? So it fits the whole DeFi narrative. Right now, it's at about, let's say, $18 million market cap. We covered this when it was about $6 million market cap, right? But so to find 100x, you have to kind of check all the boxes. So this is a very low market cap coin with great technology, right? So for those who are on our customer list, right, you saw the code review. This is a very good project based on the actual code, going on GitHub, looking at the code, having a blockchain engineers go through that, right? That basically dictates everything. First thing, find projects with great tech, meaning actual code. Next, find projects with good code and a very low market cap. But also, if you go to the site here, right, just to kind of walk through this. So for people, let's say you have stablecoins, right, and you want to earn yield, but you don't have the time to go through different DeFi protocols. This, similar to Curve Finance, similar to Earn Finance in a way, automates that for you. You basically deposit your assets, and you can earn up to 16% yield on DAI, right? They handle everything for you. This is basically their strategy. This is for people who are very risk averse, so basically just stable coins. Then if you want to add some risk to that, you can also do that with, Okay, why is this not updating? Okay, it looks like something did change. But anyway, pretty much right now looks like it's just stablecoins. Not sure why that is, because I thought they had more than stablecoins. But anyway, let's say you have stablecoins and you want to earn interest on that. This is where you go to, right? But if we go to DeFi Pulse, right? Right now it falls under lending. So Idle Finance has about 72 million total value locked. Now, when I look at this, I'm basically comparing this to Curve Finance, right? If we go to Curve, Curve has a market cap of 493 million, basically almost $500 million, right? Curve is doing something similar, basically. It's basically a robo-advisor / DEX that can go through and automate the process of earning yield for you, right? So comparing basically $500 million to $20 million market cap. Curve also has great technology. We did a code review on this. I would say last year when they launched around August. And Curve has done all right. But then same thing with Yearn Finance, YFI. If you go here to the site, their yield covers, it's basically the same thing. You have USDC. Here you have kind of a lot more assets you can definitely leverage to earn yield on. But we can basically put all these projects in the same bucket. They might have a few different things here and there, but to me, they're basically all the same, right? So in a way, if you missed Yearn Finance, if you missed Curve Finance, I feel like Idle Finance could be your third option, right? Very low market cap, good tech, similar field. And I think because pretty much, right, if we go from, let's say we get in at 10 million, 100x would be $1 billion market cap. So can Idle Finance get to $1 billion market cap? With Curve at $500 million pretty much, and with Yearn, where's Yearn? Oh, YFI, because YFI has gone to $1 billion. Now, honestly, 100x is tough, right? Honest, because $1 billion even for Idle Finance, that's a lot. Yearn Finance has been to $1 billion market cap. Now, is Idle Finance going to surpass YFI? I don't see that anytime soon, but I can see Idle going from, if we go back here, I can see it going from basically 20 million to 200 million, right? That's why on the last live stream, I mentioned that I think this could 10x easily. So that's why this has, if anything, I wish I bought more. Then going back to the other projects, Perpetual Protocol. We also did a code review on this and sent this out last week to our customers. This is very, very interesting. It's basically DeFi, derivatives. In a way, you could say it's different, but it's similar to synthetics, right? I can't access this site in the States because they block it for Americans. But if we go here, yeah, this is pretty much an exchange. So I think this could really be the second coming of SNX. I do have SNX as well, synthetics. If we go to, right now, it's basically about 100 million market cap. So I think this could 10x. I think Idle Finance has a better chance of doing 100x purely because it has a lower market cap. But I think this is definitely a very interesting project. I'm also invested in this as well. Then the third one, P Network. Now this one, we've covered this probably for the last few months. And today it did pump. I'm not sure if it was a pump and dump or if there was some kind of news or announcement, but today it's up 73%. I think I got in when it was probably around 14 cents, I believe. Now this is basically doing cross-chain DeFi composability. It's basically cross-chain DeFi. Now, honestly, I think they can improve their website. I think they do a very bad job of trying to communicate what they're doing. And there's no white paper when I was looking through this, but the code is good. That's why we covered this. It is on Binance. But I think what's really interesting, pretty much it has two big narratives. It has DeFi and cross-chain. Now, you could probably put it in that same bucket as Polkadot, even though it's not Polkadot. But the fact that it's a very low market cap project, now I have not much in this project at all. I think it's less than 1% of my portfolio. This is pretty much just a long-term lottery ticket, moonshot. But I think definitely worth keeping an eye on. And if anything, I think for this to 100x, well, because I think we covered this when it was under 10 million market cap. I think this could 100x, but I think this is very, very risky. I think idle finance is a safer play than this, but this has that chance. Now, if we go to the third one, Edgeware. Edgeware, we covered this on our code review as well a few months back. This is basically a smart contract platform on Polkadot. Right now, I've kind of been more of an ETH maximalist, but I've been doing more research into the Polkadot ecosystem. And this so far has been the only project, I think this and Polkastarter, which scored over 80% on a code review by our blockchain engineers. And I believe they're working on getting a parachain via the Polkadot parachain auction. But basically, smart contracts on Polkadot is big. But this has a higher market cap right now because it's already done a 10x. So if you got in then, I think this could easily 100x from the initial price, right? But if you get in now, because I could see this getting to $1 billion market cap because there's smart contract blockchain on Polkadot. Now, for perspective, Kusama is also basically Polkadot testnet. This is almost $1 billion market cap. Then there was a different parachain, Sora, which this one is a lot lower. This is about 50 million market cap, but it did like a 1000x because I think it was like a token airdrop. Where's the return? Okay, I guess it's not here. But I think Sora is very good. Honestly, into possibly investing, the only issue is Son. I think it's Hotbit. That's why I've kind of been avoiding Polkadot, but I think it's time for me to dive in because if we go to markets here, yeah, it's on Hotbit, and I'm not the biggest fan of Hotbit. But yeah, those are the 4 projects. If I had to pick one, I think I would agree with the audience. I think idle will 100x first, but obviously 100x is not guaranteed. It's still kind of a moonshot, but I think if we had to go through and say which one can 100x first from the current price as of today, I think idle finance. Perpetual protocol, I think, could be big. One of our blockchain engineers really loves this a lot. He's a trader as well. Bill, any comments on these 4 projects we've covered?
All right. Well, let me put my 2 cents in on 100xing. So one of the things I really like about idle, if you can see my screen, is it looks like idle went way up and then everyone gave up. We talk about these give up trades like right here, and then everybody sold the first rally right here. Oh my goodness, right? Everybody loved it and then everyone hated it and quit. Now, all the things that you said that make a coin 100x, of course, you should take Ian's word for it on all of it. The only thing I can add to it is that there can be a real emotional charge from people who loved it, gave up, started hating it, and then when their original idea that this thing could moon actually starts happening, they FOMO back in even harder, right? So this idea that somebody gave up on this means this can possibly go up as much as Ian was discussing. Now, when we look at P Network, right? Whoops. Here's what I think is happening in P Network. Again, this was such a colossal give up trade, right? This is PNT versus Tether, right? And what happened down here was that this thing came out, everybody liked it, and then it got smashed, okay? It actually pumped twice before it got killed, right? And now we're breaking some diagonal lines in this coin. And what's happening? Well, you got this huge, crazy, move from 50 cents to $1.50 or so the print tells you. Why is that? Well, one who loved it and then gave up on it, and then this one is love it, gave up, and then ignored it. They just blew it off. Guess what? Now they're back. they missed it, they ignored it, and now they're like, oh my God, I have to get in on it. So, what drives the type of FOMO like what we've seen in GameStop, right? If they take GameStop from $5 to $350 or $700, then the definition of what can 100x in crypto just changed. Now, in terms of our derivatives play, perp, here's an idea. Perp does look like it's going to correct a little bit, I admit. But let me ask you something. What do you think of Wall Street after this week? What do you think about the idea that the only way anybody, and anybody is defined by retail and institutional, anyone's going to want to deal with anything financial unless it's decentralized, right? No one's going to want to be on a platform. No one's going to want to deal with a bank. No one's going to want to deal with anybody unless it's decentralized. Perp is decentralized derivatives, okay? And I was wondering, our blockchain engineer does like this. I was like, I wonder if this and SNX can become like the new version of like the equity derivatives or the derivatives units of banks like Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, or Morgan Stanley, except they would be decentralized. Like, how big would the market cap be if this was a parallel or competing system or a winning system versus what those banks do? I mean, do banks and hedge funds have any friends in this world today? Is that going to change anytime soon? So I think Perp's got a really interesting story, and I think that can be way bigger than anyone thinks, especially after what happened this week.
All right, and how about, did you cover that already?
Did you say, what did you say?
Edgeware, EDG. It's a smart contract on Polkadot. Okay, apologies. Seems we're having.
Let me see if I can call it up here.
Okay, so people are saying PNT was a Telegram pump and dump. So definitely does explain, because anytime you see a coin go up like 100% in a day, something fishy is going on. It is big as an announcement, which I wasn't aware of, but it does make sense now. But anyway, either way, I still think it's a good low cap moonshot, but very, very risky. I would not, for all these projects, I would suggest not putting more than 5% of your portfolio into any of them. That's kind of my philosophy.
Okay, here comes Edgeware, right? And again, this all fits the same line of, it's mooned, and then everybody came in and gave up, right? Okay, so here's Edgeware. Hopefully you can see it. Oh. Try it again. Edgeware looks like something that, people just simply gave up on. Okay, right here. Very big inflection point. It's at the 62% retracement of its recent rally. Normally, when you have a crypto like this, you want to see it holding above that level. So I know people love the Polkadot story. The Polkadot FOMO to me is actually, it's unbelievable, right? It's like, I missed DeFi, or I missed, Ethereum, or I missed some of the degen coins, or I missed Bitcoin, and I am going to get the Polkadot trade right. I am not going to miss it. That's usually a recipe for things turning out bad. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Edgeware. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look bad. It's definitely coming back. So that's good. But to really see this thing, Moon, I think it's got to be making new highs above where it is now on January 31st, right? If it continues to build and sort of slowly creep higher, that's where it can push for a broader moonshot. But it's got to prove that the bulls are in control.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay, so let's go back to the question. So which project can 100x first? And the winner is, according to the audience vote, Edo Finance, followed by Perp, then PNet, then Edgeware. All right, what you think? Is there any project we missed? Tell us down below. I see people are saying the API 3, linear finance, okay. XRP is always in the comments. InGen, okay. Ari says InGen is better than Perp. I've been hearing a lot about InGen, Injective Protocol. I believe we did do a code review on this, but we prefer Perp compared to InGen. But I'll have to kind of go back and look at it because they have been making moves, and I know it has been money. Actually, there was a comment here from, I think, Alpha Diallo. Let me see if I can find it because comments are going so fast. I think Alpha Diallo said he made 100K in profits from P Network. Oh, man, that's great. Congrats. We call that
We just landed on the moon.
a moon Lambo. Now the question is, and you cashed out, definitely take some profits. Take out at least your initial investment and then some. But if you're holding for the long term, definitely take out some initial. If it's a trade, then have your know or you take profits and get out. All right, but congrats, that's a big move. Okay, all right. On to the next section, Crypto Showdown. Crypto Showdown, go to menti.com, menti.com, use the code 333. That's 3363333. Lots of threes there. All right, top DeFi picks for Feb. All right, the options are Aave, Compound, and Uniswap. So let us know what you think. Bill, which projects so far out of these three do you think has the most upside based on TA?
Okay, let's go to Aave. Let's start with that. You know, Aave went farther and faster than anyone thought, right? This thing went from I was looking at 150. I actually had this in one of our sort of sample portfolios, and it went to 320. Now, and I also saw Multicoin Capital sort of celebrating the fact that Aave was now getting included in DeFi indices. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. This is a good coin. This is a DeFi blue chip. But if I had to say, what would I be long? Where is the surprise, shocking move? Because that's the new thing, right? It's not that what do we think we like. It's where's the shocking move? Okay, I don't think it's Aave. Okay, I think Aave did its shocking move. Okay, Compound, okay, may be a different story. Okay, I've been looking at this and I was like, I was wondering if everybody gave up Compound for dead. And it's making some version of the teacup and handle formation. Okay, this is Compound, January 31st. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, I wonder if the yellow thing is your teacup and that arrow is your handle. Now, remember when Compound came out, it was like, oh my God, instant top 5 market cap. Everybody was like, this is the future. And then what happened? A theme throughout the show. Everyone just gave up. It's like, oh, yeah, whatever. There's a zillion other protocols. Guess what, people? This thing's taken off. This and maybe even Yearn Finance, or I'm wondering if this thing is going to start behaving the way Yearn Finance behaved. So buy the stuff everyone's given up on. So I like Compound. Now, when it comes to Uniswap, right, I don't know. Is anybody really brave enough to fight Uniswap in a decentralization revolution? I don't know. What I do know is I had a target for Uniswap of 14. And Uniswap has a history. It came out, it went to 8. Smart money sold, it went to 2. Everyone thought it was dead. And then it turned around and went to 20. Now, again, is it a secret that Uni is the future, or decentralized exchanges is the future? Is that fresh information? Is that shocking? Not really, right? Not really. Not that there's anything wrong with Uniswap. Uniswap, could turn around and go to 100. But how's it look right now? How's it look if there's kind of like a crypto correction, or maybe there's just a lot of uncertainty because of what's going on in equities, even if that lasts a week? So my guess, my pick would be to try Compound, because all year long, it's paid to buy what everyone hates. First, it was Litecoin. Then it was XRP, right? Then it was things nobody knew about, like Perp. Then it was Bitcoin. Everyone thought that was dead at 10,000. So buy what everyone doesn't like or doesn't know about.
All right, so just kind of chime in there as well. So I'm very, very bullish on Uniswap. I do have the airdrop tokens I mentioned before. I'm not selling. I'm not selling it until Uniswap version 3, and even then I might not. I think because it's basically an airdrop, it was free money. So, and I'm so bullish on this. This is pretty much the most popular dApp in all of crypto. This is the future of DeFi and crypto. So there's this article from Cointelegraph basically saying three reasons why Uniswap token hit a new all-time high above $15. This is actually pretty old, but the points are pretty much the same, right? And pretty much total value locked is on the rise. Then here, V3 rollout bolsters uni price. So version 3, I think, is kind of what's leading people to really FOMO into uni, right? I'm hearing lots of traders talk about it, but the main thing to know with V3 is it's going to be faster, less gas fees, if any. Let me see if I can get the actual detail and date here. So third generation in 2021. So it's coming sometime this year, between Q2 and Q3. So typically with big events like this, it's basically buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So seems most of the gains will be in Q1 and Q2, and Q3 people will have cashed out, especially the traders or speculators. But definitely, I think worth keeping an eye on. Then going back to the other topics. Okay, Compound has a lower market cap. Aave is definitely part of DeFi. So many projects are integrating into Aave, even Idle Finance, for example, and others. So Aave is definitely a DeFi gem. Our developers love it. All these projects are great from a purely development and code perspective. But I think if we had to pick one for this month, it's tough. Uniswap has been on the move a lot already. But I think Compound is more undervalued. But Compound has been stagnant. So if anything, I'm going to stick with Uniswap. Let's see what our audience chose. Oh, wow. A tie. So the audience believes Aave and Uniswap have the most potential for being the top DeFi picks in Feb. All right. Smash that like button if you like that. And be sure to share this video with your crypto family. Get them into crypto. Not being in crypto, as we said before, is a financial crime, especially with all the stuff going on Wall Street Bets, Robinhood. And now people are seeing that crypto is pretty much the only free market still there. Okay, on to the next section. If you want to leave us a voicemail, call us 1-888-90 token, 1-888-908-6536. Submit a question. Make sure to hit extension 2 for crypto therapy. Otherwise, your voicemail won't be received. Go there, drop us a voicemail. Okay, all right. So now time to answer a question from our forum. We do have a forum, forum.tokenmetrics.com. We like to answer questions from there on each live stream. So the question is, what is the best way to earn yield? I'm sorry. What is the best way to yield from Bitcoin? Are there better options than Celsius, which is 6.2%? Okay. Bill, are you there? Is it just me or is there
Yes.
feedback? Okay.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now, honestly, you guys know me. I'm team Ethereum all the way. I'm pretty much an Ethereum maximalist at this point. Not quite, but close. I'm like 90% of the way there. But I did come across this interesting project called Badger DAO, which has been pretty popular. And now this is basically bringing DeFi and yield farming to Bitcoin. Now, we've not done a code review on this, so look into this with risk, do your own research, right? But I did find it very interesting. Let me actually go back to their homepage. It's badger.finance, right? And it's basically saying a DAO dedicated to building products and infrastructure to bring Bitcoin to DeFi, right? So you're asking for Bitcoin. Bill, do you hear that? There's some kind of person moving in the background. I'm not sure if it's just me or if there's a ghost. Okay, anyway, sorry guys. The perks of doing live streams live. But anyway, it's a DAO dedicated to building products for Bitcoin and DeFi, which goes back to my comments on the last live stream. I mean, if Bitcoin and DeFi, or if Bitcoin becomes just a token on the Ethereum blockchain, whether it's through Wrap Bitcoin or RenBTC or SBTC or whatever, I mean, I think in the future, a couple years down the road, Bitcoin will just be a token on the Ethereum blockchain, which is crazy. I know the Bitcoin maxis don't like hearing that, but if people are getting more value transferring their Bitcoin onto the Ethereum blockchain, how can you not be bullish on Ethereum long term, right? But anyway, let's go back to what they have here. Yeah, so this has over $1 billion locked up now. So it seems like and the yield here seems pretty high. I'm not sure if these contracts have been audited, but if you're looking for yield farming for Bitcoin, worth looking into. We'll have our team do a code review on this and email this out to our customers. We send out weekly code reviews, typically about 5 projects every Tuesday via the newsletter to our customers. So we have Andy on our team looking into this. So we'll let you know if this is legit. But I mean, I think if you're a DGen, look into this, but make sure you're protected. Don't put more than, I mean, for something like this, probably don't put more than 5% of your portfolio into this. And even then, try to get cover or insurance if you can through Nexus Mutual. Not sure if this is available for insurance, but basically, don't be reckless. Even though it's DGen, don't be reckless. But that's the best I know in terms of Bitcoin. Let's see what the audience has to say here. Anybody with any other ideas? Okay. Walker Lamer is saying Blockstack over Badger. Well, I think Blockstack is a blockchain. Like Stacks 2.0 is different. Also with any other comments regarding Bitcoin DeFi? Actually, Curve Finance could also be an option. If we go to Curve, Curve.fi, because if we come here, do they have? Yeah, so there's RenBTC, WBTC. So I would say if you have Bitcoin, look into those options. I know Diego loves Bitcoin. Diego, our business partner, loves that Ren and the whole Ren ecosystem. So I would look into RenBTC, which basically allowing Bitcoin onto the Ethereum blockchain, and look into WBTC. So that there's definitely options available, but there's also more risk of smart contract risk of getting hacked and all that stuff. So look into it, do your research. Bill, any comments on any of that?
Well, I think you pretty much covered it. I was interested in Badger because it's easy to meme, right? Because we're in that kind of world. I'm looking at the 4-hour chart on January 31st. It looks like, this weekend's pump, or the pump over the last couple of days, has kind of run out of steam. But I do think that these type of coins have potential, particularly if you look at the way they can be marketed. I know that sounds crazy. It's fundamentals, TA, and dare I say it, but memeability. So if they can meme it and they can pump it, you got to take it seriously, particularly if it has either a decent chart or a decent fundamental case.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. All right. Let's actually take a chance to answer some questions in the chat, because we have lots of super chats here. So they've been going so fast. This has been the most watched live stream ever. So thank you, everybody. We call that Moon Lambo.
We just landed on the moon.
Keep on smashing the like buttons. Shout out to Alpha Diallo making 100K profit on PNT Network. Love hearing their stories. Okay, let me see. If we missed your super chat, we apologize. The comments are just going so fast. Not sure it can show all the super chats. Okay, all right. Let me see if I can find one. Okay. Crypto Secret Circle. Thank you. People have given up on Bitcoin Cash, but it's about to be integrated into Kim.com's new app end of Q1. BCH will take off. I love token metrics. Okay. Bill, could you maybe pull up Bitcoin Cash?
Certainly, I'd be happy to. So the interesting thing about Bitcoin Cash, other than the fact that no one likes it, is that Bitcoin Cash is a part of what I am going to start calling the possibility of, like, I don't know, dare I say it, but could I call it like the Bitcoin rebellion, right? In other words, if you were Wall Street Bets, right, and you wanted to just take the crypto world by storm. So this is Bitcoin Cash, say, on a 3-day chart. Let's just say you wanted to just make an impact, but you weren't big enough to move Bitcoin itself. Well, what would you do? Well, you would just go to another part of the Bitcoin ecosystem, particularly something maybe like Bitcoin Cash, where there was like a rebellious, controversial figure at the head of it, Roger Ver, and you would take it and you would just moon it. Because again, this is on PayPal, okay, Coinbase. If Bitcoin is going to 250K, like some people think, where do you think a peer-to-peer payment system like Bitcoin Cash is going to go, right? And they've done nothing but sell this thing during January. Nothing but sell this thing all the way down to the 62% retracement of the recent rally back from September. So when the 62% line holds, it's bullish. And frankly, Bitcoin took out its all-time high and then some. ETH went to its all-time high. I don't see why Bitcoin Cash can't trade back at 1,500. I mean, it only takes one tweet or one post from these Wall Street Bet guys to say, hey, let's jump in Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. It's basically a different version of Bitcoin, except we can just moon it, and everyone's short it and no one likes it. It's right up their alley. So that's my 2 cents on Bitcoin Cash. A real sleeper.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. All right. Now, time to get to the AMA. Let me just. Okay. All right. So, first question, the most voted question on by the audience: what is the potential of the derivatives market in crypto? Is it worth looking at synthetics competitors putting stocks on the blockchain like Mirror Protocol and UMA? Thanks. Yes. So we think this is huge. So Brad, one of our new blockchain engineers, he's very bullish on this. That's why recently we covered the project Perpetual Protocol. It's basically in the same space, and we think that has a lot of potential. That's why I invested about 2 weeks ago. Bill, were you also in that one too? I think, were you trading that, or was it? No.
No, I was in synthetics.
Synthetics, okay, all right. But yeah, I mean, I think this is a big space, right? So synthetics, I have perp, I have UMA. We looked into decent project. It did pretty well late last year, around August when Coinbase added it. But one project we covered recently, this was the most recent code review. Or actually, we did the initial investment report / code review, but there's a second code review coming to our customers this coming week. But last week we did send this out. I think it was Wednesday or Thursday to our customers. It's called Charm Finance. Worth keeping an eye on this. This has not launched yet. So earlier in the show, I mentioned I would share a few projects we're bullish on that haven't launched yet. This is one of them. Just Google this, Charm Finance, creating liquidity for the centralized options. Now, this space is huge because if we go to DeFi pools, right, Synthetics has almost $2 billion locked up. Right now, so we think this is next. We think this is DeFi 2.0. And imagine being able to ride the DeFi 2.0 wave, but also finding a project with great technology, great code that launches with a low market cap. That's how you get the 10x and possible 100x. So we're still doing the full code review on this, but definitely worth keeping an eye on this project called Charm Finance. Let me see if there's more information on this. But basically, they have a very innovative way with how they handle their options. But anyway, stay tuned for the code review. We'll be emailing that out. Then let me see what else. In terms of other competitors, if we go over here, we did look into Octus a while back in August actually, but this hasn't really moved much to my knowledge. But we do think this is a big space, and definitely we think you should have at least one investment in this space, whether it's SNX, whether it's something with more potential for explosive growth like Charm Finance or Perp. Definitely a big space. Bill, your thoughts?
Well, I'm looking at UMA, right? I mean, it's obvious that this theme of crypto being able to capitalize and allow people to trade, I don't know what you want to call them, tokenized derivatives, where people can trade stocks and not necessarily, I don't know, they may have to deal with slippage, but at least they won't be getting fed to some sort of hedge fund algorithm. So the idea of tokenized equities, I actually think one day there's going to be more volume in Tesla on blockchains than there is at the stock exchanges one day. Okay. UMA is a pick where I think it can go from 10 to 14 because I don't think this theme is fully traded. Like everyone went after synthetics. They started to go after perp. Okay. I was looking at UMA. I was looking at Band. You know, some of these themes can just take off. And there's going to be a whole new group of winners. Like I said, DeFi 2.0 now includes derivatives. It now includes trading. It literally means replacing the functions of Wall Street. And I don't think they can stop it. As a matter of fact, the public at large might welcome it. It's not just some intellectual crypto curiosity anymore for gearheads. People, the people, right? As in we the people, they want it, okay? And the crypto market is poised to give it to them.
Okay, thank you, Bill. So actually, I was able to pull up one of the code, I would say, investment reports we put out recently on Charm Finance to our customers, just to kind of give you guys a preview on the research we're working on and trying to just offer more value to our customers, especially finding projects early on, projects that aren't even trading yet, because we have been getting lots of requests to cover those projects that haven't been traded anywhere, right? So this is Charm Finance. If you're a customer, you should have received this email. Just kind of, it's about 4 or 5 pages on this project. This is kind of, let me see. This kind of goes through and explains the narrative of why we think this is next in terms of DeFi 2.0, why options derivatives is next, right? So great report put together by one of our blockchain engineers. We'll be doing the follow-up to this, the official code review, going through the code on GitHub once we have all that. So stay tuned, but definitely worth keeping this on your watch list. Now, that does not mean go out there and FOMO into it because it's not trading anywhere yet. And as a result, with these projects, Because I think right now this is pretty much only for liquidity mining, I believe, right? But definitely worth keeping an eye on. Okay, let's go on to the next question. I think we kind of answered this already regarding XRP, so I'm going to skip this. And we covered Uniswap during Crypto Showdown. Okay, next question. Hi, Ian and Bill. I remember you guys mentioning T0 doing securities on the blockchain and combating naked shorts. Do you think that something like this can catch on given the recent events? T0? T0 essentially has flopped, honestly, because people back in 2018, maybe part of 2019, people thought tokenized securities was next, but that never really went anywhere. I think mainly due to the lack of liquidity, people just weren't ready for it. Now, I think it's going to happen eventually, especially with stocks, but I think right now it's just too early. Bill, what do you think?
T0 was a play to disrupt securities lending, right? In other words, when someone wants to get short, T0 was going to find a way to use blockchain to cut out Wall Street and allow, short sellers to borrow stock at a fraction of the cost, while also creating benefit for the people like pension funds who lend stock for those purposes. Now, when you're just a little guy out there and you're like, I'm going to take on the big Wall Street banks all by myself, that's why T0 had a tough time. Now, wait a minute. If everybody's got to go blockchain, if everybody's got to start demonstrating that they're moving to the cryptoverse, if this whole credibility of the legacy markets, if that narrative could have legs, so that could breathe some life back into T0 for sure. Because again, your T0s, your polymaths, maybe they weren't wrong. They were just early. So if we have to invent, or the people, right? Not some guys on Reddit, the people want a different version of Wall Street, T0 has a shot, if they can stay alive, at participating in that.
All right. Thank you, Bill. So, super chat from Lego Maego. Hi, guys. Can you take a look at Token Lon, LON? I found it last night, and I see that the exchange is listed as a DEX option on the MetaMask app. Okay. All right. So, Token Lon, Bill, LON, it's on Uniswap and OKX. Okay, seems this launched back in basically December. New project. This is DeFi, DEX on Ethereum. I'm going to the site here. It says smart contract-based decentralized trading. Okay. Let me just watch this video real quick. Okay, is this an Asian project? Let me take off the sound. Okay, this seems like a music video. I cannot really seeing much. Okay, so it's a mobile app. So it's mobile trading. Okay, 2 billion. Is that trading on their own app? Not. I don't quite get this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look more into this. But Bill, let me know if you can find anything on this from a TA perspective, because
all right, is the symbol LON?
Yes, LON.
Okay, here comes LON. All right. So this went from $2 to almost 10. Now, when you buy into a theme like this late, I don't want to call these pump and dumps, but these themes you don't want to be late on, right? In other words, if this theme has already kind of been traded, then you may be looking at a level like, 6, where it might retrace to. All right. And that way you're not buying the top. Right now, this looks like longs are, smart money is distributing the stuff that they bought at $2 to people who are FOMOing it. So right now, as things stand on January 31st, I don't think I would FOMO in to this particular token, but buying the dip may make sense at either $6 or $5.
All right. So pulling up the site here again, this looks like just like a Uniswap, but it seems like mobile, but this is also on their site as well. And I'm not really seeing what is innovative here. I think maybe people are going into it because it's mobile, or like there's a mobile app or something. Not sure if I'm missing something. Maybe if you guys could add more context here, because I don't think Apple even allows like crypto trading. Because I know there was that issue, but anyway, we'll have to look into this some more. Thank you, Bill. Okay, super chat again from Crypto Secret Circle. Not sure if Unilend Finance is on your radar, guys. Permissionless lending and borrowing DeFi protocol. Chandresh from Matic team started it. Okay, Chandresh. Unilend Finance. Let's look into that. UFT is a symbol, Bill. Okay, market cap 12 million. It is trading on Uniswap and Bilaxy. Okay, so let's go to their site and see what all the hype is about. Unlocking the true potential of decentralized finance. Permissionless decentralized protocol that combines spot trading services and money markets with lending and services through smart contracts. Okay, seems like everything DeFi, where they combine everything. Yeah, not sure what makes this different. We'll have to do more of a deeper dive. But Bill, how does a TA look on this?
Okay, let me bring it up. So I've got it here versus the dollar, and I've got it versus wrapped ETH. Both are kind of interesting. So this is Unilend, right, versus wrapped ETH. It's more or less a daily chart, okay? January 31st. And obviously, because ETH exploded, it looks like, this sort of got killed and everyone had to give up on it. Remember earlier how I was saying ETH may be getting a little tired and needs a break? Well, I'm wondering if there's anything special about this token, whether or not it can make like a comeback based on its own merit if ETH falls into a range or just has to take a vacation and chill out. Now, this is Unilend on CoinTrader, okay? I do think this picture is interesting because there was hype when it came out, right? And then it seems to fall apart. And what I want to see is exactly what's happening is that it seems to be holding the 62% retracement of its most recent up move. It's very interesting. So Unilend, I can't tell on the chart whether it's growing or not fundamentally, but it looks like buyers are showing up in this, and it's wrecked versus ETH. So if ETH chills out, this is a candidate to go up.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. One more super chat here from Hexbomb. Hi, guys. Could you look at Bluzelle, BLZ? I think that thing can pop hard. Thanks. Okay. All right. We're going to look into that. Yeah, because Bluzelle hasn't really done much since back in their ICO back in 2018. Okay, so Bill's pulling that up. Then we'll go through and get back to the AMA and get to Voyager next. So Bill, let us know when you're ready.
All right. Right up here. Okay, so BLZ. Really interesting formation that they're making here. Let's see if we can go to a weekly. You know, my inclination here is that when people love it and then they hate it and then they love it again, those type of rallies can be powerful and have legs. So right now, it looks like this coin is making like a triangular formation, right? This is actually a daily chart. And we appreciate you putting up with us, you know, to draw it. But with this, right, they crushed it. Clearly right here, you know, for me, that's the give up when it makes a new low. Like everybody just threw in a towel. Everyone's back in now, and this may be coiling for another move. So if you like it and you can be patient, you know, I don't see any reason why in a generally bullish market, this can't take out the old high near 18 cents.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bill. Also putting that up here on Token Metrics. So yeah, it seems the models had it going all the way up. Actually, no. Yeah, had it going all the way up to about 17 cents, then coming back down and kind of going sideways at around 11 cents. So let's see how that pans out. Okay. All right. Now back to the AMA. So next question, thoughts on Voyager. All right. This has been one of the hottest, I would say, investments this month. It's been doing very, very well. So let's pull this up. Let me also see if we can pull this up here on Token Metrics, because I know this was one of the highest rated tokens on our site for the quant grade. Okay, all right. Let me actually switch to, was it quarterly? Yeah. So pretty much it's been highly rated for the last week or so. And this price has shot up. Oh man. It went from about 16 cents to 285. And the price prediction thinks it can go all the way up until 362. So, and it's currently trading on Binance and Uniswap. Bill, what does the TA show you?
Okay, let me get you a better picture here. Coming right up. You know, when it comes to stuff like this, it feels like this is one of these tokens that you don't mess with it. Right? If you get in the way of something that's moving like this in Voyager, right? Voyager token. Now, on one hand, this could be smart money kind of letting it go, but it could also be like volume building on the moves. So in the past, when you've seen big volume, you know, Voyager has chilled out. So if you've missed this, it's not the end of the world, right? You may actually get some sideways action in order to get involved. However, if Token Metrics' AI continues to rate this highly, you may not get an extended dip period. So this is a 4-hour chart, January 31st, Sunday. So there may be, I don't know, 4 or 5 days of range trading in this, particularly if crypto itself slumps or gets choppy. But this does look like a buy the dip candidate, right? Especially if our rankings are there.
All right. Thank you, Bill. All right. Next question for the Token Metrics AMA. And if you're enjoying the live stream, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, share this video with all your friends. This has been the most watched live stream. And towards the end of the show, I'll share another project that's also not trading. So we already shared Charm Finance. We have one other project. We shared this customer back in December at code reviews. And this is not trading yet, but it's going to be trading soon. And I think this has potential. I mean, I'm planning to buy this project. So stay tuned towards the end of the show. We'll cover this. But anyway, next question. I keep seeing people comparing the current time period to the roaring 20s.
do you see a multi-year bear across all equities/assets, similar to the Great Depression after this bull run? Bill, what do you think about that?
Wow, a philosophical question. I think I see a lot of people living in tents under bridges. So that doesn't feel like the roaring 20s to me, even though it may feel like the roaring 20s in crypto. Now, can equities or the dollar or the bond market, I don't know. Can there be an unforeseen black swan event in those markets? Maybe. Okay. Central banks aren't just going to roll over and play dead and let a calamity like what happened in 1929 unfold. Okay. That said, I feel sorry for anybody who thinks the world's going back to the way it was before this virus. Okay. You could have geopolitical tensions. Americans want to fight with each other at multiple levels, rich versus poor, red versus blue, Wall Street bets versus hedge funds. So there's a black swan out there, but we may be living the black swan with the virus and food inflation and all those things. So I don't think it's a repeat of the roaring 20s followed by a depression, but I do think unforeseen, shocking things are going to continue to happen on a regular basis. So in crypto, I know it feels like a party. I'm glad it's us. We're in the crypto business. Just make sure you take your profits. You can buy the Lambo. Just don't buy two. Make sure you got something tucked away for a rainy day because, again, I was talking to a big crypto YouTuber over the weekend and he just looked at me like, can you believe what's happening? Like I looked at my screen and I was like, what? These type of what moments are going to continue. So it's not like the 20s and 30s where it was like all good, all bad. We're going to go back and forth between bad and then normal and then maybe a little good and then, oh no. So you have to get used to this new cycle where shocks occur. And that's how I break it down.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay, next question. Can you do TA on paid network, USD? All right. Yes. So actually, I've been hearing about this project a lot. It's actually by a friend of mine, Kyle, of Master Ventures. So this is smart agreements for all your business needs powered by Polkadot. So I'm seeing here, it looks like eliminate attorney costs, streamline business contracts. It looks like some kind of contract platform on Polkadot. Very interesting. Bill, let me know when you're ready with the TA. Paid, it is on Uniswap. So it's one of those newly launched coins. It's been trading for basically since the 25th, basically a week. So this is really new.
Right. I'm trying to get everything called up here. Okay. Here it comes. Almost there. Okay. This looks a little bit like our old classic. What is the pre-moon formation? Right? This was big back in DeFi. So the first thing you need for a moonshot is a square consolidation. Then the second thing you need for a moonshot perhaps is a triangular consolidation. Okay. It's not a perfect triangle, but it does look triangular to me. So whatever this is, it's making our old-fashioned DeFi era moonshot formation on a 1 hour chart. So I know it's, Sunday the 31st, but this has a legit shot to go a lot higher because small caps, degen, if the big coins have to take a break or there's some sort of like problem with the financial system, that gives all this stuff a chance to come back, right? ETH and Bitcoin range trading allow coins to move to the upside.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Next question. Thoughts on Deuce Network? They've launched synthetic backed SPAC, VIH, and synthetic Coinbase IPO on their platform. CoinGecko also has it as the smallest synth project. Thanks. Yeah, so I didn't see this on CoinGecko. I did see Deuce Finance. Not sure if you mean the same. Okay, yeah, I think you mean Deuce Finance. DEUS. It's currently trading on Uniswap. It's been trading for basically since September, and market cap is currently 12 million. Okay, looking into this, let's see. Next generation asset tokenization. Transpose any digitally verifiable asset securely onto the blockchain. Okay, so basically derivatives like stocks and commodities directly on the Ethereum blockchain. Okay.
Okay,
How do we use this? Just give me 1 second, Bill.
problem.
Okay, so I see here we can swap ETH and let's do. Okay, Coinbase. Yeah, we understand futures trading. Okay, so they have Coinbase IPO futures, which is interesting, and they have backed SPAC futures. Okay, not sure if this is on our list to do a code review on, but we'll definitely add it. Bill, go ahead.
Okay, here it comes. Okay, so I have DEUS. Is that the right symbol?
Yes,
Okay,
DEUS.
looking at a 12-hour chart. So check it out. Look at the two arrows in the bottom left-hand corner. A ton of volume. People sold this. They gave up. When this thing went up, everybody was like, okay, you know what? It went from 1 to 2. I'm out. Thanks. And then check it out over here in the bottom right. Yeah, there's been some volume, but it doesn't look like everyone's coming back yet. Now, this is due for some kind of correction. This probably was a little bit emotional lately, but I think people gave up on this, right? And if they haven't come back, it's just one of these things where it can kind of build on itself. Now, again, some sort of correction is in order, but all the people that sold on the left, it doesn't look like they've all come back on the right. So, I think this is interesting.
All right, thank you, Bill. Yeah, definitely. Just actually send this to our developer to also look into. Okay, all right. Let's get back to the AMA. Okay, when do you anticipate the bull market will end? I think we've kind of shared this before, but we think this is going to be a long bull market. I think definitely the whole year. That's kind of because pretty much if we go based on the last Bitcoin halving or every Bitcoin halving, the bull run typically lasts twice as long as the prior, but the returns are not as high, right? So that's why I think the bull run could last a couple of years, meaning 2 years easily. But I think for sure this year, I think from here all the way till the end of the year, we're going to be in the big, massive bull run. Now's the time to start investing in crypto, making money. As we say, not being in crypto is a financial crime. At this point, you guys gains from in DeFi, and then DeFi 2.0 is about to start. So now is really the time to be in crypto. Bill?
Sir, here is a revolutionary idea that's no longer revolutionary. Legacy investors are coming to crypto fast. On the show, and we have always said, this has to happen to get legacy people over. That has to happen to get legacy people over. No, people. Legacy investors are coming now, and they are going to invest. My brother, legacy guy, done well, buy and hold, is putting money into Bitcoin and ETH every month. Just doing a Michael Saylor, just going to buy it anytime he can. So the bull market is not over. The real question is, and I think it's going to be challenging to figure out, what coins you need to be in. You need to be in Bitcoin and ETH. You need to be in DeFi blue chips. oracles, degen, that's the game. The trend is up, and the trend for crypto may stay up. It just may be this rotating game of, who's the flavor of the day, week, month, and quarter.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. Next question. What stage of the technology adoption curve would you say we are currently at? Very good question. Very good question. So just pulled up this on Wikipedia. So this is the innovation adoption cycle. I'm assuming you're saying this, right? So we have innovators, we have early adopters, we have early majority, late majority, and laggards. I think this can be somewhat subjective, but I think we're definitely past innovators. I think right now we're at early majority, because I feel like innovators was basically when Bitcoin launched back in 2013, Mt. Gox. Then 2017, the last bull run was with the whole ICO bubble. I think that was early adopters, and then we go to early majority. I think this is now people are actually using cryptocurrencies with DeFi, with applications like Uniswap, wanting to exchange. So I think right now I would say we're in the early majority. Bill, what do you think?
I agree. I think it's not only the early majority for individuals, but it's early majority for institutions, right? Brown, Harvard, Yale endowments been buying Bitcoin for years. Michael Saylor, he's going to buy. He just doesn't care. He's just going to buy, right? And this reminds me a lot of what happened when people really discovered stocks in the 90s. It took them like 3 or 4 years after the 87 crash to really get that there was a monster bull run happening. And I think post 2018 crash is again hitting speed, right? People are getting it, right? They're getting it fast. That's the small guy and the big guy.
Okay, all right. So pulling this up here on Wikipedia, in this example, whoever made this adoption lifecycle, they're saying innovators had larger firms. It looks like the example is with farms. But anyway, innovators had larger firms, were more educated, more prosperous, and more risk-oriented. So basically degens. Anyway, early adopters, younger, more educated, tended to be community leaders, less prosperous. Early majority, more conservative, but open to new ideas, active in community, and influence to neighbors. Yeah, I think this is where we are with Robinhood, with Dogecoin, because the floodgates are going to open. So once people go from buying Dogecoin to buying altcoins, I think that's when everything's really going to blow up in a good way, meaning to the moon and beyond. But good question. Okay, let's get to the comments here. We have some super chats. Let me pull them up here. Just make sure we don't miss any. And if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Put on alerts. Also join us at tokenmetrics.com. Okay, super chat from the Legato Fox, Quadrant Protocol, E-Quad, Project Wenchang. Okay, I'm getting lost here. Okay, has a top 5 tech company partnership. Also a VP of engineering of Chainlink as an advisor on this project. Okay, Quadrant Protocol. I have heard of that. Unless this is a different. Okay, so $10 million market cap, under $1 million daily trading volume, trading on Uniswap. Okay, this is a different project. I was thinking of, I think maybe Quant Network. Okay, so let's take a look at this. As Bill pulls up the TA, the protocol.
I have Quadrant Protocol. Is that the one you're looking at?
Yes, Quadrant Protocol.
Okay.
Quad, E-Quad or Quad. It's on Uniswap.
Okay, let me pull this up here. Okay, here it comes. Okay, so this is Quadrant Protocol from CoinTrader, and it has a nice trend-like structure to it when it went up, so that's good. Okay, Let me see if I can draw that out for you. Okay, it has a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then it comes down here and it's kind of hanging out around that big 62% retracement level. Okay, so here's what I'll tell you about this. It looks like people may have given up right here. Again, January 31st, quadrant protocol can start trending higher again. It doesn't have to moon, just has to get itself going again on the upside. Then you can start believing in it, right? But the bulls have to demonstrate that they've got control here before I would get too excited. That said, if you are excited about it, it's basically one rally away from really going up.
All right, that's good news. Okay, next question, super chat from Crypto Gamer. When token metrics on theta.tv and when DGen Index? So DGen Index is going to be launching soon. I would say we told you before end of the month. So I would say next week. Next week is when we plan to launch DGen Index. So stay tuned. Pretty much for those who don't know, it's going to be the low cap index. This is something customers have been asking for. So it's coming. It's coming. It will be DGen Index. We'll take cryptocurrencies with a market cap under 30 million and over about 300,000. Right. So trying to make sure even when we do DGen, we're doing it in a safe way. Now we're also looking into possibly launching human-based indices. So kind of what Bill did before with this portfolio, and maybe even my portfolio. I know lots of people have been asking me to bring back and share what I'm investing in. So this could be kind of like a token metrics team indice, right? So imagine basically us taking all the projects we like. So me, Bill, our blockchain engineers, and building indices that are pretty much done by our team. And then we'll kind of show how to allocate that. So if you guys think that's a good idea, tell us down below in the comments and we'll try to make it happen. Then in terms of theta.tv, we looked into it. We've just been very, very busy. And we're also launching Token Metrics TV. So stay tuned, hoping to have that ready, I would say probably in Q2. But the idea is we're launching our own Netflix, basically, just for customers. If you're already a customer, you'll have access. You log into the platform and you'll have daily content. Imagine having Bill do a market update every single day and you can watch that on demand through our platform. So imagine going to like tv.tokenmetrics.com. Imagine being able to watch us via Roku, via Apple TV, via Fire TV, via Android app, Apple app, right? So this is the future, right? So we got on TV, and we think it will be able to offer even more value to customers. So stay tuned on that. Okay, let me see if there are any other super chats here. Okay, that one appeared twice. Okay, I think that might be it. Okay, let's go back to the AMA. Do you see ETH BTC pair surpassing its all-time high? Bill, what do you think about ETH versus Bitcoin?
Okay, well, in some ways they're asking the right guys. In some ways they're asking the wrong guys. Because yes, we do believe ETH BTC can go back to where it was in the heyday of ETH, in mid 2017. So let me bring up the screen. Okay. Now, ETH BTC is got either a head and shoulders bottom or a teacup and handle. The last 3 weeks, you've seen a lot of green action in Ethereum on the upside. And as we indicated earlier, ETH may be taking a break. I call it the pause that refreshes. Okay. So assuming the crypto market doesn't get wrecked and there's no big problem, okay, ETH is building up steam to literally just eventually rocket to the upside. So everyone is really into these like gigantic hyperbole targets for Bitcoin, like 100,000, 250,000. You know what? I don't doubt it, but what I don't understand is why a hyperbole target like 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 for ETH isn't a subject of discussion. People don't talk about it because we've seen this teacup and handle or this head and shoulders bottom all over crypto for a year. And what inevitably winds up happening is you get a really explosive move, right? A really explosive move. As a matter of fact, if I just tweak that Fibonacci resistance line, it actually does make sense right here that ETH versus Bitcoin has taken a bit of a break. There's resistance here. But as with the last year, if it's just a pause that refreshes, frequently it pays to get long ETH with ETH BTC just below resistance. I don't know if that's today, this week, or next week, because again, this is a 2-week chart, actually. Okay? The point is this. ETH on a dip or a flush is a buy. It's a buy outright. It's a buy versus Bitcoin. ETH is going to 2,000, 5,000, or 10,000, wherever it has to be to just really surpass Bitcoin in terms of like the percentage gains that it has. There's just more upside, I think, in ETH long term. That's not just a view, that's charts. That's just charts alone. That doesn't even mention the fact that, you know, this practically is ETH maximalist TV.
Very true. Very true. All right. Thank you, Bill. I mean, because Ethereum is the future. Because the best way I've been able to simplify it is Bitcoin, while great, is digital gold. Ethereum is Web3. It's the next internet. Because just think about this. Everything on DeFi is happening on Ethereum. Yes, some stuff maybe eventually will happen on Polkadot. But right now, everything, the next internet is happening on Ethereum. And I think that's huge. Okay, next question. What are your thoughts on the insurance sector in crypto? Okay, good question. One of the projects we did cover a while back, if we go to DeFi Pulse, is Nexus Mutual here. So I think the biggest competitors or the biggest project right now is Nexus Mutual. Nexus Mutual, if I pull this up on CoinGecko, NXM is the symbol. It's already top 100 market cap. Market cap is 330, but the trading volume is not so good. This is actually very interesting. One of the few projects in DeFi with KYC, because when you sign up, you have to go through a KYC process. The company is based in England. I think maybe due to regulations over there, they're kind of playing it very, very safe, being in DeFi and insurance. But I think this is necessary because there's so much risk in crypto and DeFi, and being able to protect whatever crypto you're holding or you're farming, you want to make sure you're covered, right? So being able to cover that with smart contract insurance is huge, right? So this is one, I've looked into it. The tech is good. The code review on this came out late last year. We sent this to our customers. It's very, very, very good project, but it's not blown up yet. But I think from a ROI perspective, it's done pretty well. If we actually go to token metrics, this should be in there. It's mutual. And Bill, let me know when you're ready with the T on this as well. Because I know people are treating this through a wrapped token yet, wrapped system. Because due to regulations, I believe NXM cannot be transferred. It's really just meant for being used in insurance. However, there is a wrapped version of it that you can trade. And this has a market cap of 64 million. So this is probably the one you want to be looking at if you're just trading or investing in this. The other one is mainly just for utility. But
okay,
I mean,
so
go ahead, Bill.
No, go ahead. I'm pulling it up now.
Yeah, I mean, insurance is needed in crypto, right? I mean, so many projects are getting hacked, even projects that have been audited, right? Because going through and doing security audits gives us comfort, but I mean, software always has bugs. People can always find hacks in code. So I think being able to go through audits, but also have insurance will help you sleep at night, right? So like with me, I'm looking to probably start using idle finance. So I'll look into and see if that's available on Nexus Mutual. And then also Yearn also has covers as well, where you can get insurance on that. I've not used that recently, but yeah, cover. Let's see what they have available here. Okay, I think I might have to connect my MetaMask to it. But anyway, to you, Bill.
Okay, so this is a 12-hour chart, wrapped NXM versus Tether. Sunday, January 31st. What's happening here? Well, this looks like a steady uptrend. You know, I know crypto, we're used to these moon parabola type of moves, but it looks like, you know, this token came to, like, you know, it broke out, right? It had a nice move. Everyone got a little too excited. And now it's coming back down and testing this inflection area at like $35 unit, right? $35 price. Now, if that, okay, check out where this thing used to be, right? This thing back in the heyday of DeFi was like 72. So I like things in the DeFi universe that people have either given up on or given up on it on the sense that they don't pay much attention to it. Okay, this has a use case, right? You're not going to be involved heavy DeFi without insurance. So if this thing holds dip, which I suspect it might, or there's some sort of flush in the crypto system in general that washes everything out, that's going to be a thing you're going to want to get.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. Next up, thoughts on Elrond, EGLD, technical analysis on that. I mean, Elrond is tearing it up. The higher rated projects on token metrics recently based on the quant grades. So congrats if you've been making money with that. I mean, it's been doing very, very well. And just so I got in earlier. But Bill, let me know when you're ready. Let me also pull this up on token metrics. EGLD. Okay. Yeah, because I recall meeting the founder back in, yeah, because the grade has been, actually, let me switch to quarterly. Yeah, grade has been pretty consistent here. It's gone all the way from base 730 back in November. It's basically done almost a 10x to $63. So it's been doing very, very well. Now, I know there's been some news. I think, was it mobile wallets? Maybe somebody who has Elrond can share. But yeah, Bill, let me know when you're ready. And you can.
All right. I think, you know, Elrond is running into sellers near 70. I think the eventual upside target of this is probably 78. And that's maybe where you take your money, particularly since this thing has, you know, been on an absolute rocket ship. Now, if it gets crazy, I can make a case for Elrond to go to 100, right? So it may be a situation where if it's got enough juice to take out 70, it's got the juice to go to 100. Because this type of, these black and red lines, that's been how I've been charting, you know, Bitcoin and all these parabolic, you know, cryptocurrencies, right? So look, I'm not going to fade what's on token metrics. You shouldn't either. This is a highly ranked token. The chart says it can go to 100. Believe it.
All right, I like that. Yeah, so question for our audience. Do you think Elrond has the juice to go to 100? Let us know down below in the comments. Peter Perry says Elrond to $2,000. Okay, all right. We got a super chat here from James. Thoughts on Uniswap token? How high can it go? Okay, I mean, very, very bullish on Uniswap. We think this is, I mean, the most used application in all of DeFi. Because if we go here to DeFi pulls, as Bill pulls up TA on that, if we go to DEXs, Uniswap is in the lead. Now, honestly, I'm bullish on both Uniswap and 1inch Exchange. I do have both tokens. I think those two to me really epitomize DeFi and then DeFi 2.0. Uniswap is launching version 3, which will be a lot more faster, lower gas fees, just a better application that can scale. So I think that's gonna be a game changer when that launches. And then if you also add in 1inch Exchange, which they don't really compete, but they're in the same space, right? Because 1inch Exchange, you can also use Uniswap. So I'm not selling my Uni tokens anytime soon. To me, that's a long-term play. I think Uniswap right now has been hovering around top 20 market cap. I think that can go top 10. I mean, maybe even top 5, because if you're just looking at pure utility, it's the future of crypto and DeFi. People will be trading on Uniswap more so than they do Coinbase. I mean, unless there's SEC regulation that comes in and just shuts down the party, right? I think Uniswap is just going to crush it. So very, very bullish on that long term. Bill?
Okay, the answer to how high can Uniswap go, the short answer is 30. Okay, so one of the things that I've seen in DeFi is that once a move starts to extend itself and you're able to use these Fibonacci extension tools, okay, you have to just use your imagination, right? So if Uniswap is the future, if Uniswap's going to do, basically become like a new paradigm, in other words, Uniswap as a token is mispriced. It doesn't reflect the incredible bullish reality that may be out there. So the way I'm going to do it is, I think if Uniswap can take out 18, okay, and really take it out, or maybe it's 20, then I think it just starts moving in $10 increments, right? So if it's above 18 or 20, it could go to 30, right? And if it's going to go to 30, then we could be in some mega bull cycle and it could go to 40. Now, these type of moves would unfold most likely if you got Bitcoin in consolidation and chill mode. I don't think you can get Uniswap at 30 or 40 with Bitcoin moving to 60K. So I think these type of moves, where you'd be looking for Uniswap to hit a price target of 30 or 40, you need Bitcoin to chill out in order for that to happen.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bill. I think this has been quite the live stream. Definitely smash the like button, subscribe, put on alerts. What a week. Crazy week. GameStop, Wall Street bets, Dogecoin, alt season, idle finance. I mean, quite the week, right? So I think it's time for us to wrap things up. Bill, any last words to our crypto family?
Yes, this week's advice is be flexible. This week's advice is be proud of yourself. You declared you made your declaration of independence the day you joined crypto, whether that's yesterday, a month ago, a year ago, 5 years ago. Congratulations to you for seeing what everyone is now seeing. Now, as the turmoil sort of unfolds, be prepared for anything. If there's a big flush to 27K, be ready. If Bitcoin and all the rest of the market is just going to absolutely moon, be ready. Always be ready. That's the advice for this week.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Okay. You'd like to say?
We just landed on the moon in the Lambo.
All right. Time for overtime.
Taking pictures with the zoom.
What's up, everybody? Okay, thank you all for watching. Mickey Rose says, hi, Ian. Did you know Helium has changed their token model and are having a halving in August this year? Super bullish. Yeah, with the Helium improvement proposal, they did change their token supply. So now it's finite, which is good. So they'll be having live stream. I mean, not live streams. They'll be having halvings, kind of like Bitcoin, which is going to help with the token economics. So definitely very, very bullish. That's a long-term play for me. I'm just mining it, as you guys can see with my antenna over there. And yeah, long-term money. Okay. Ian, was the token you say at the end term finance? Actually, no. Okay, so first of all, thank you all for tuning in. Record-breaking live stream, most viewed live stream ever on the Token Metrics channel. If you're watching this on my personal channel, Diary of a Made Man, or Facebook or Twitter, definitely make sure you subscribe to the Token Metrics YouTube channel, youtube.com/tokenmetrics, because we have pretty much daily videos. And so if you like watching the live streams, we also take clips and post them on the channel so you can watch them very, very quickly. And I definitely make sure you join us over there. So the two projects we covered, because lots of our customers have been saying, hey, cover more projects that aren't trading yet. Kind of like back in the old days in 2017 with ICOs. So the projects we covered today, we've already shared these with our customers in the private group, and also with code reviews and emails. But the first one is Charm Finance. Now, the code review on this is not fully finished, so don't go out there and get wrecked because it's not trading anywhere yet, but definitely worth keeping an eye on it. I did share the newsletter we sent out to our customers. Let me see if I can pull that up again. So we're basically ramping up our content now to our customers, and we plan to start doing a daily newsletter. So Bill's market analysis, code reviews, and kind of like our watch list of projects we find interesting or worth keeping an eye on, to give you that heads up, right? So this is the report we shared last week on Charm Finance. Then we'll be sharing also the full code review on this, right? If it scores well, worth looking into, right? So let me just kind of read the introduction here so you guys know what it's about. Charm Finance is a decentralized options protocol aimed at providing on-chain liquidity for any options market. We think this is going to be a big space, right? Deribit processed 14.5 billion in BTC options just this month, compared to processing 57 billion in all of 2020. So this space is about to blow up. Then they go through kind of the technicals of this, right? I'm not really a trader, but if you are, definitely good to know, right? This kind of gives you the synopsis. So if you like this, definitely make sure you join us at tokenmetrics.com. Now, this is not trading yet. We do cover that. Where is that? Right now it's unaudited. Actually, where's the link? I'll have to ask our blockchain engineer, because Google is not returning anything. Let me actually see if this is the site. No, that's not the site. You'll have to ask our developer. Yeah, Charm Finance. This is their Twitter. Yes, Charm.fi. Okay, there we go. Okay, not working in the US. That's the downside of being in the US. Okay, but anyway, worth keeping an eye on. Okay, they're not launching yet. They're doing some kind of liquidity mining program, but I think this has a lot of potential. But pending the final code review, which we'll share to our customers probably this coming week if it's finished, because typically we're doing about code reviews. Then other one, this we did share as a code review back in December to our customers. This is called Tornado Cash. The score was good. It was like an 82%, I believe. But I think for privacy, I think this has lots of potential depending on the version, right? For those who don't know, Tornado Cash is basically a mixer on Ethereum, a fully decentralized protocol for private transactions on Ethereum, right? A token, a governance token. That's why we're keeping an eye on this. And there was a proposal. I'm not sure I don't think it's gone through yet. Just give me 1 second here. I'm doing this on the fly. But basically, this lets you anonymize your crypto or ETH. Obviously, this is it's in the gray area. Let's just leave it at that. But the technology, very, very good, right? And where's their medium? Yeah, airdrop, right? So basically, anybody who's ever used this is earning a token, right? And then let me sorry, let me just do this again. Tornado Cash. Yes. So they're basically doing a governance proposal to launch or unlock the tokens, right? So the airdrop already happened retroactively to all users, and now the community has to basically stake or lock up their tokens and vote on when they should remove the lockup and make the tokens transferable, right? So right now I'm watching this like a hawk. I'm in the Telegram groups. My plan for this, honestly, because yeah, here we go, right? This is the resting schedule. So if we go in terms of, I think if this can launch with a market cap under 10 million, I'm getting in. I mean, ideally under a million, right? But I think this could go, I think easily 50 million, 100 million, maybe possible. But anyway, my target for this would be a 10x easily, assuming people don't just FOMO into it, you know. But maybe putting this on YouTube might make it FOMO too much, because privacy projects, because we have Monero, which is 19th in market cap, but this is not quite like Monero. But the technology is very, very good. So I'm trying to see what would be a similar project. Verge is also privacy. Market cap for this is 250 million. Yeah, I think this can get to possibly 100 million market cap. I would say 50 to 100 million market cap is reasonable, right? It's not like moodish, but it's reasonable. So we do plan to do a follow-up report on this. But I mean, the technology is good. Let's see if we can their site here. Sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm doing all this live. But anyway, those are the 2 projects to add to your watch list. Brought to you by Token Metrics. Okay, those are the audits. I want to go to the technology. Sorry, guys, just give me 1 second. Because I saw it on Telegram. There was a proposal on Telegram that they did share. Okay, yeah, so this is from their governance forum, torn.community. So the token name is TORN. It's not trading anywhere yet, right? So you can't really buy it. Because see here, right? The Torn token was proposed by the Tornado Cash team back in December. Let me zoom in here. Right now it's basically locked, right? And they have to get 25,000 votes in favor of the proposal to signal their intention to vote, lock your token in governance. But anyway, best way to kind of keep tabs on this is just to join the community and just kind of see once it unlocks. Once it unlocks, pretty much gonna have to buy that on Uniswap. But I think this has potential. Good code, privacy is huge. There's also a text section in the forum. Okay, let's go back to the forum here. Development, right? So they have this pretty cool thing they're calling anonymity mining. Basically, liquidity mining that's private. You basically don't have to you basically can mine without disclosing your address. Pretty innovative, but definitely worth keeping on your watch list whenever they launch their token. Okay, let me get to the comments and see how we're doing. Tornado Cash is like Fala. We did look into Fala. Fala didn't score as high as Tornado Cash. It's on CoinGecko. Which project? Really? Okay, let's take a look. Okay, yeah, it is on CoinGecko, but it's not preview. So hopefully there's not too much FOMO. But I think this, the only downside I see is not every exchange might list this because of the whole privacy, right? Privacy coins have kind of not been listed by the top, especially the US exchanges, because of the whole regulatory environment around that. But even with no major exchange listing, I think this will get lots of liquidity on Uniswap and One Exchange. And I think some Asian exchanges would list it, right? But I think this is definitely worth keeping an eye on. Lots of people touch coin. When is Token Metrics 2.0 launching? This year. Time frame was probably, I would say Q2, but definitely we're trying to bring to Token Metrics 2.0 is going to be rebuilt from the ground up to be faster, better UI, more modern, and more data, right? Just a better product in general. Okay, what other questions do you guys have for me that I can help answer? Then we can call this a night. Oh, wow. Too many comments here. My comment screen is freezing. Hedera Hashgraph, we covered it. Did we cover Hedera? We didn't cover it. Okay. Well, I would just look at that on Tokenmetrics. But Hedera is a good project. I would say decent project. Maybe not the best investment right now in this market because they're more, because right now I'm kind of delving deeper into the whole degen world. But so what I currently have in my portfolio, which I've shared before, heavy in Ethereum. I have Idle Finance. I have Perpetual Protocol. I have Synthetics. I have Uniswap, One Exchange. I have P Network. I have Helium Network. And those, for the most part, are the ones, right? Then I'm looking to get Tornado Cash. I'm looking to get, what's the other one? Give me 1 second if I can get my phone here. Oh, Charm Finance. Charm Finance is that one. And let me see if there's anything else I missed. Yeah, I think those are the main ones. I'm looking at Edgeware, but I feel like I missed that boat. I feel like that's too late. I think that ship has already sailed. But I am looking to get into more Polkadot projects. So maybe the next one. Polkastar was a decent project, but that one has already sailed too, right? That rocket ship is already gone. Alpha Diallo, Ian, you should look into FWT. Okay. Sorry, I'm about to go live on IG as well. So just give me 1 second. We're doing 2 live streams here. If you don't follow me on IG, add me, Diary of a Made Man. Let us go. Okay, all right. So FWT. Okay, FWT token. Is that Freeway token? What's up, Farhan? Doing a live stream here. Okay. Maybe if you could share more info, because I'm not sure which project you're talking about. Freeway token, Orbit.io. Hey, what's up, everybody? On IG. Okay, yeah, this does not look like a good token. Sorry to judge a book by its cover, but not sure if this is what you mean. Okay, all right. So somebody was asking which helium antenna did I get? Good question. Who had that question? Yeah, belated. Okay, so let me pull that up because I did share this with the private customers in the private group, so I can find that link there. was from DigiKey, I believe. Uh, okay, maybe not. Because I thought I just. Okay, sorry, I have to go digging through links. Okay, I think this is the one. You guys let me know if it looks like the one. So DigiKey is a digital equipment manufacturer. Okay, yeah. So OMB.915.B08F21. Right. So if we can click on the picture here, this is the helium antenna I got. Yeah. Yeah, because if you guys can see that here, right? And then if you can see this, it's huge. It's a beast. But honestly, I'm not so sure if it makes a big difference, because because it's hard to test, because each week, depending on how busy the network is, you get different amounts of tokens, right? So um, for those, hey IG, we're doing a live stream, 2 live streams here on IG and also on YouTube. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, Token Metrics. Okay, so I got this. Then you have to buy an adapter. But pretty much you can buy any antenna. The main thing is you have to make sure it's compatible with the helium, right? So the frequency range has to be pretty much from 902 to 928 megahertz. And then the adapter. So I believe it's an SMA adapter I had to buy on Amazon. Where's the manual? There should be a manual here. Yeah, data sheet. Okay, so once you know those specs, you can buy pretty much any antenna. All right, so this is a 915 megahertz antenna, HDBI. And the specs that you have to, yeah, so you want the highest dBi, and you want this frequency band, basically 902 to 928. And you want an N-type female connector. But this does not attach to the helium, so I had to buy an adapter on Amazon. So if you just say SMA adapter, so I bought a kit and it came with like everything. So like one of these, maybe this is it. Yeah, so something like this, right? Yeah, SMA adapter, right? So this lets you connect pretty much any antenna to the helium antenna, right? Definitely do your research first. There's also this link here from the helium forums. Let me pull it up. So community.helium, or just Google helium antenna. I think it's like the first result on Google. We'll take it to the forum here where they break down how to build an antenna. So I've been thinking about doing this, but I'm not really in the right place to do something kind of like this. But outdoors is supposed to give you a better signal. Basically, outdoors and a higher and the higher you are is better, right? So something kind of like this. But I'm not quite there yet, but I am looking into it. And ideally on the rooftop, but I'm not climbing the roof anytime soon. But yeah, that's what I'm doing with helium. Okay, let's go back to the comments here. Love you guys. Love from Australia. Thank you, Eunice. Appreciate that. Okay, I think my comments have frozen. Let me check on my iPad here. Thoughts on Neo? Neo's dead, man. Honestly, Neo, well, dead is probably more figure of speech, but there are other opportunities where I'd rather have my money than in Neo. Is there any mining opportunities like helium, etc., for the general public in Australia? says Ronson. Not to my knowledge. Helium is currently only available in US and Europe, and they're launching in Asia this year. So I think that would include Australia, basically Oceania or Asia Pacific. Evan, thank you. Appreciate that super chat. Is mining helium worth it in rural areas? Says Andrew. Definitely not. Well, yes, it's still worth it because you can still earn HNT tokens from the internet, but you earn a lot less, right? Because I was in a suburb. I was about 20, 30 minutes outside of DC, and there wasn't any other hotspots near my home. The closest was probably about 5 or 7 miles away. So it was bad. I'm definitely earning a lot more down here in Austin than I was back in Maryland. That's probably one of the reasons I moved too. Being in a good place for crypto, you can definitely make more money. But even being about half an hour outside of DC and not being in a good region, I was still able to recoup my investment in the Helium device because I bought it for about $400, $500 when it launched, like day one. So from that perspective, yes. From are you going to make a killing and just print money? No, but long term, it could still be good. Okay, somebody's saying new outdoor helium hotspots just became available. Helium is so undervalued, in my opinion. Great team and future use case. Yeah, I love it. Hey, what's up, IG? Somebody's trying to be in my video. XRP pump. I mean, XRP bounced back. We just covered that in the beginning of the live stream. What's up, everybody? Yeah, is that Ivan? Who's that? So many people on IG. Okay, all right. What questions do you guys want to know? How to mine Tornado? So I think that should be in the forum, but honestly, so my understanding is you have to provide liquidity, right? Let's go back to the Medium page here. Yeah, because this project is very, very quiet, but sneaky good, right? Like they blog like twice a year. One was to announce Chainlink integration, and the other was to announce their token, right? So it seems very, very small community, and also very small team, I would believe, because it's pretty much open source. But the anonymity mining I talked about is how you would earn it, basically by providing liquidity, would be how you would earn the token. Shiba, I was looking into it. It looks like a pump and dump, honestly. Doge meme coin version 2, right? Because 24-hour trading volume, it says 44 million. It's up 216%. That's definitely not, I mean, that's definitely pump and dump, right? Not sure if that's because it's only trading on Uniswap, right? Which doesn't make any sense here because it says 44 million 24-hour trading volume, but the depth of the market, like selling 15 grand will move the market 2%, which tells me this is being manipulated. Like this does not seem healthy because 24 million, like let's compare this, right? 2% of the market for 15 grand. Let's go to the homepage here. All right, let's sort by 24-hour trading volume. And it was what? Shibu? Let me, why isn't it showing up? Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay, we're looking for 44 million. Okay, people are saying it's a Bitcoin pump. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a pump and dump. But why isn't this sorting by volume anymore? Okay, all right. Yeah, CoinMarketCap is not even showing it. They have some kind of censorship here. But okay, let's find a project like UMA, right? They have 38 million daily trading volume for today. If we go to the depth of their market, right, 2% is 121,000 on Balancer, right? So this has more depth with the market, with less trading volume. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely I would not touch that, honestly. You'll get wrecked. You'll end up losing lots of money. Can you look into Elevate DeFi? It's from the creator of RFI, 100x Potential. It says Beller M. Yes. Okay, let's look into Elevate DeFi. What's up, IG? Any questions for me? You guys making that crypto money? What's up, Lloyd? What's up, Captain Cash? Have I looked into Bao Finance? We're looking into it actually during the live stream, but not fully. Elevate DeFi. Not finding that on CoinGecko. How much did I make so far? Is that my question or somebody else's question? What is the best DEX token after Uni? John asks. I would say 1inch Exchange. That's the one. 1inch Exchange is the future. The future of DeFi. That and Uniswap. If we go to 1inch Exchange, I don't even use Uniswap. I use 1inch Exchange to trade. Excuse me. Had to push the cuff, but I mean, just look at this. Nice UI. Like, honestly, why would you use Uniswap anymore? This is why we had their CTO on co-founder for an AMA on the 100x show, right? But pretty much you can come here and connect your wallet and make trades. It has smart order routing, right? So let's say you want to sell, or let's say you want to buy. This is actually what I used to buy perp and auto finance. Like, honestly, this is the way to go. So let's say you have 10 ETH and you want to buy, let's say idle finance. I think I had to add it as a custom token. Let me try perp. Okay, yeah, they have perpetual protocol. So they'll go through here and tell you how liquid the market is. So in this case, it is liquid. If we go to 100 Ether, it got a lot more liquid. Okay, there we go. Wow, so trading volume has shot up for this. I should have bought more then. Okay, but anyway, yeah, right. So it goes through, it tells you how much you'd lose, right? So you'd lose 5%, almost 6% on slippage. But the cool thing is, right, they're breaking up the order and going on all these different exchanges, right? So they'll send 70% to WETH, which is wrapped Ethereum, which then goes to USDC, and that gets sent to SushiSwap, Uniswap, and PMM1, whatever that is, then Balancer. And then the rest, 30%, goes through wrapped Ethereum, then Uniswap, and SushiSwap, right? So they handle all the smart order routing to get you the best fill. So definitely worth looking into. And honestly, it's the only way to really do DeFi, I think. Other ones to keep an eye on, there's Paraswap. But honestly, I've never used that one. But I think that one's backed by Coinbase. I'm not sure if they have a token. Yeah, so they raised from Blockchain Capital, CoinGecko, and Alameda Research. Yeah, so kind of the same concept, right? You put in. So let's say we had 100 ETH, and wanted to buy Let's see if they have idle finance. Oh, they do. Nice. Okay. All right. What app am I using? I'm using. I'm going through One Inch Exchange and also showing Paraswap. You guys can also watch the live stream on YouTube at Metrics channel. Okay, so no liquidity. Okay, let's bring that down to 10 ETH. That's why I didn't buy more, because I wanted to buy a lot of idle. Well, because right now idle finance is 5% of my portfolio. I was looking to make it possibly even 10, but the liquidity just was not there. So I had to limit myself. Right, so here, this splits it against. So 54% goes to SushiSwap, then the rest to Uniswap version 2. No token yet. All right. Okay, what are the questions you guys have for me? Okay. Yeah, guys, let's not spam too much here. Oh, ELE? Okay, let me look into that. ELE. Elevate. Trading volume under 400K for the 24-hour. Markets is only on Uniswap. Okay, DeFi 2.0 token that pays you just for holding it. Let's take a look and see what's going on here. Effortless passive income. That seems too good to be true. Okay, inflation meet deflation. So it looks like one of those algorithmic coins. Elevate introduces a new transactionless inflation mechanism. Yeah, I don't really do those coins. Amperforth innovated, but there've been so many clones, so many rug pulls that honestly, I would not touch this until one of our developers did a code review on it, or until it got listed on a major exchange that I trusted. But typically by the time it gets there, it might be too late to have those big gains. But yeah, I mean, we definitely like better trading volume, more markets, and because with this you can get rug pulled overnight. And honestly, I hate doing rug pulls or being a part of rug pulls. My thoughts on Dash and DGB, not the place to be. Right now the money is in DeFi, so that's where the money is. Thoughts on Hex? People have made money on it, but I don't own any Hex. Thoughts on vector space AI? Okay, vector space. Let's take a look at this. VXV. $20 million market cap, 260K 24-hour trading volume. It's on Uniswap. The depth, this is, I can't touch this. I mean, it would drop 10% just to, it would drop 2% just with $3,000. So imagine putting in 30 grand to buy. You'd have to wait for like a while just to buy, or just pump the price. So like most of these degen coins, that's why I don't really touch them, because they're very illiquid, or you have to invest with small amounts. And especially when you're using Uniswap, One Inch Exchange, the gas fees sometimes aren't worth it if you're going to be using small amounts of money. So on-demand correlation matrix data sets. Okay. Yeah, honestly, this does not look like a good investment. Just looking at this. Biosciences. I don't know any biosciences token that has ever done well. So, I mean, sometimes you got to judge a book by its cover. Now, it can pump because it's degen. But this, I personally would hold off until like our team can do a deeper dive. But even with this, I'm not really seeing the use case. I mean, yes, it's AI, but right now the money's in DeFi. DeFi, blockchains, projects doing big things. What names would you buy at current prices? So we covered this in the beginning of the show on YouTube, but pretty much what I've bought this month: Idle Finance, Perpetual Protocol. I bought PNT like back in September. P Network. All these are low cap, risky. Purpose kind of mid cap. But right now I'm looking for more low cap gems. Right, I'm looking to get that 10x, 100x. So, but the way we do it is we first do a code review, make sure it's legit, and then we look for projects that are undervalued, right? So if we can get those two things right, the chances of doing very well, because projects with great tech will survive the bear market. Yes, they may crash and lose value, but they'll weather the storm, right? And right now I'm basically value investing. So, and I don't need the money right now, so I can wait. Because for example, like imagine I invested in the private sale of Chainlink and I sold. Imagine if I hodled all the way through that. Man, I'll be having this live stream on my yacht. Chainlink is now top 10 market cap. Oh man. So I think sometimes you have to be patient. That's why when I see people saying they're trying to trade projects, I mean, yes, I get that perspective if you're trying to kind of flip things very quickly. But after a while, you can just have almost a passive approach, right? A long-term approach. So imagine if I never ask for a refund for synthetics in their private sale. I mean, I'll be having this live stream on the moon, right? So, because the system is there, and we know the system works. Because if we go to CoinGecko here, right? Like all these projects, we knew they were good. I mean, obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum. Polkadot, people knew it was good. Cardano, Chainlink, Stellar, Uniswap, Aave is good. Synthetics. So like Cosmos, like the good projects are there. Sometimes it just takes time, right? So, because let's look at this. What's been the best gaining project? Dogecoin, of course, but Voyager token, right? Like our QuantGrade picked this up this month, and it's in the indices. Speaking of the indices, we're launching new updates this coming week. The indices are going to be more improved. We've listened to your feedback. We've added a restriction on the number of stablecoins for the indices, and now the indices will model, or they'll look a lot similar to the actual quant grade, right? So in terms of how much weight we give towards our grade and trying to make sure it's correlated and all that stuff. So now we think indices will be even better, right? So far in our testing, they performed better than Bitcoin and the total crypto market cap. So those changes will be coming soon. INJ will do well. There's lots of interest in injective protocol, and I can see why, but our developers liked perpetual protocol over injective. Not to say injective is not good. It's a decent project, but not where I would go all in on. But I mean, I can definitely see why people like it. Yeah, go ahead and smash the like button. We're almost there. We got 500 people in the overtime session. If you just joined, we gave away 2 gems, right? Projects haven't launched yet. Put them on your watch list. Do the research once it comes out. Tornado Cash and Term Finance. Tornado Cash, we already did a review on it. Very good project. Depending on what the valuation is when it launches, will determine how much you should go in with. All right, I think any other questions, guys? Non-coin questions? Have you taken profits from the PNT pump today? Honestly, no. I mean, I don't have much PNT relative to my portfolio. It's less than 1% of my portfolio. So to me, it's just like a long-term investment. So bought it, and I'll look at it probably a year or so down the line, right? It's one of those, it can go to zero, and I won't really care because it's a very small investment. So it's money I'm willing to lose. And it's not, I'm not really trying to trade it. Right? It's kind of like one of those set and forget, it's a moonshot. What's the cheapest way to get coins off exchanges? You mean like fiat on ramps. Well, don't use Coinbase. Use Coinbase Pro if you're on Coinbase. Coinbase Pro, you pay lower fees. There's Gemini. Gemini has no withdrawal limit. That's why I like Gemini. There are OTC markets like local Bitcoins, but that's like Craigslist. I've heard stories of people getting scammed. So I'll be careful with that. Okay. Lending Block? Lending Block is dead, man. RIP, Lending Block. Deeper Network is doing something like Helium with different use case. Okay, is that on CoinGecko? Let's take a look. No, not saying that on CoinGecko. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. GRT, yeah, GRT has been doing very well. We definitely do talk about that. We've done that on almost on every live stream. But right now we think the profits might have peaked. Might be a good time to take profits if you're trading that. All right, I think let's wrap it up there then. Okay, all right. Well, if you enjoyed the live stream, be sure to smash the like button, subscribe, put on alerts, and we'll see you next week. We're going to end things out with Moon Lambo, because right now we're in alt season. It's been a hell of a week. And as we like to say,
We just landed on the moon.
the moon is not the limit. To the moon and beyond. Thank you, Crypto family. See you next week.
True. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. It feel good, don't it? All right. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. Moon with the angels. Made man began, hustle to greatness. Elon's on the phone, he got our wallets, a spaceship, but diaries for free. That's if you want to attain it. Spreadsheet can't leak if it ain't coming with payments now. I give the blueprint to Bill, making the moon a plan. I went from being a lunatic to a lunar land. You day to day it, you make it no matter who the man. My chart is shooting in, tell me if it's cool to land. From my ICOs, my coins points mushroom like Marios. I might take it to Mars, my portfolio could bring my whole entourage like I'm Arigo. Because moon in the Lambo, ain't a hater who presume where we can't go. Lambos pulling up in twos like it's tango. Up in the clouds with my crew like I'm Lando. Yeah, just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon and the angels. Made man who died, read the game plan. They can't stand. We fly where they can't land. Lifestyle so good I gotta write down. Trying down, don't make me pull my drive out. Made man who died, read the game plan. They can't stand. We fly where they can't land. Lifestyle I never gotta lie about. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Yeah, I wasn't always a celebrity. Had to do right till I left you a legacy. Blood, sweat, and tears on this trail like a Cherokee. Business had a mission like Apollo and so heavenly. Mercy Alago Arcolada with the leather seats. How should I roam from my home through the 7 seas? And one day this wasn't built, I'm not Romulus. Grind till you sitting on a bill with no monikers. This for my mama, I turned up with no thermometers. I strain day after night like the Andromeda. I know what time it is, looking in the sky to lift my spirits. And my spirits, I don't whine, I just grind and get. Yeah, trust in the process is essential. Studying the charts secrets and the tales of the crypto. Make the most to get the laser focus like you Diplo. Yeah, trust in the process is essential. Studying my chart should be the object of your mental. On the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the same pulse. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the same pulse. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon and the angels. Made man who died, read the game plan. They can't stand. We flying where they can't land. Lifestyle so good I gotta write down. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Made man who died, read the game plan. They can't stand. We flying where they can't land. Lifestyle I never gotta lie about. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Yeah. Alright. Don't make me pull my drive out. Crypto life. Yeah. Made man, baby. How to rap true. Yeah. Diary made man. Stay tuned. Go.
Token Metrics is a cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.